guys. Kaboom! There we go. All right, so our first team on the right side is going to be. Let's see. I just had this info too. Go away, chat. Oh my gosh, why isn't it going away? There we go. Please don't ban Diablo. We'll be getting first ban here. They ban the Medivh. Phoenix, the follow-up ban by Tower Baron Squared. As I say that, let's get that. Oh, please don't ban Diablo. Staying true to the name.
Irenaeus will bring the mega death.
As we do have both teams. Please don't ban Diablo. Someone threw this to me kind of at the last minute, so things are a little bad. All right. There we go, though. We should be good to go now. Thank you guys for checking out Nexus Commentaries. I'm DJ Tyrant. We're checking out the Bush League put on by Trolls GG. We have Tower Baron Squared on the left, picking up Greymane ETC in this first rotation. Great combo to go along here. Please don't ban Diablo. In unsurprising form, picks up Diablo. They also pick up the Stukov and the Hanzo. Hanzo going to be providing that huge damage for the team. And really with his trait, he's able to really get around the battlefield pretty easily on Dragon Charge. There's a lot of walls to kind of climb over and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how they use that mobility that Hanzo can kind of provide. We see a Falstad being hovered by Tower Baron Squared. And I'm okay with that. I actually like that. That's getting rid of Gust off the board, and the also possibility of a big problem with mobility, having to deal with that global presence in this large battleground. Dahaka does get banned by please don't ban Diablo. See, the thing is, if I shorten their name on the overlay to PDBD, then you would think, oh, it's please don't ban Dahaka, which isn't the case because they just banned Dahaka. They don't care. But two picks coming up now for Tower Baron Squared. I guess I'm just going to say that all night long during this game. This will be fun. But they have some interesting picks to make here. They do still need their support. They do probably need a second tank to come up for them. How do I hide chat? Like, just, there we go. Draft all is what I need. So we are going to see two more picks coming up from them on Dragonshire. Maybe they'll go for some gold present heroes, but they are going to pick up their Brightwing, and I love the Mecha Rengar. Junkrat is great as well, able to poke and really whittle down people sitting around these shrines and around the middle point, trying to pick up that dragon. So really solid pickup by both those selections there to solidify Tower Baron Squared's lineup here. I do like the Rhaegar. Allows us to let the EZC play a little more aggressively with the Ancestral as a backup. Also the Greymane as well enables the Greymane to go relatively ham compared to how they normally are. Johanna, Murden are available on the side of Please Don't Ban Diablo. Also Blaze I do believe they will need a second tank for this lineup. Hanzo does provide a lot of damage, but they will need another damage dealer as well. Jaina might be a solid pickup, but they might want to go with a frontliner. But it is going to be, interestingly enough, we haven't seen this for a while. It's kind of fallen off the meta, but we are going to see double support coming out of Please Don't Ban Diablo as they pick up the Brightwing and the Kael'thas. Brightwing does provide a bit of pseudo global presence on the board, able to soak a lane, and then if she needs to go provide support for the team, able to use that ability to fly in to any spot where her allies are and provide that support. Kael'thas, though, that's an interesting pickup. I know I suggested the Jaina a little bit earlier, but I was thinking they might need a little bit more frontline, considering they only have Diablo right now. Diablo's health pool is a little bit restricted, especially early game in these matches, and so it'll be, I think, difficult for Diablo to stay alive, and maybe that is why they went with the double support here, as we see Malthael picked up as Tower Baron Squared sees that Diablo is vulnerable, and Malthael can really provide that pressure here. So both teams going with a single tank in their lineups. Triple damage coming out from Tower Baron Squared, and we'll have to see how they end up doing in this match. Once again, I am DJ Tyrant, and this is Nexus Commentaries. We'll be loading into game very shortly. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for Trolls.gg having me. For Bush League, if you haven't checked it out yet, if you're watching this and you haven't checked out the website yet, I don't know how you came upon this, but Trolls.gg/Bush-League. You see all the team lineups there. You see what they're doing. Some of you are probably watching on Trolls.gg/Bush-League. Standings currently, Team 4 is in 4th place. Please Don't Ban Diablo in 2nd, tied with FTBRG at 1-1. Tower Baron Squared is in 1st. But this is week number 3. And I'm really excited to see some of these teams play. I'm especially excited for next match, because it is going to be my good friend Zexorus, and we'll have to see what they decide to do. But right now, we do once again have Tower Baron Squared on the left side. Fernj Average on Rhaegar. Grizzly64 playing the Junkrat. Zunicorn on the Malthael. Super Dave playing the Greymane. And Sam on the ETC. On the right side, we do have Please Don't Ban Diablo. Loxy on the Hanzo EB Zagraphic on the Diablo. Tower Baron playing the Brightwing Blemsy on the Kael'thas, and Ghost Bear playing the Stukov. Looks like we will have a little bit of a skirmish to start things off. Spray's already popping off. The defensive call is coming out. We do have Malthael hanging out by himself in this top lane. And we do see the Kael'thas go Mana Addict here to begin things off. I was curious what we were going to see the Kael'thas start off with here. Not going to be very aggressive, going to play a relatively safe style of the mage to start things off. We do see a rotation to the bottom. Diablo a little bit out of position, but is able to walk away from the 4 rotation. And that's what we're going to see a lot for this game to start things off, is a rotation from mid to bottom between both these teams. An interesting solo lane matchup. We just saw it a little bit ago, but the Kael'thas versus the Malthael. Malthael should, in theory, dominate that lane. The Junkrat using one of those mines to put Diablo out of position. Not able to completely put him in danger, but definitely letting the Junkrat's presence be known.
Activate the shrines, and the dragon's power is yours.
Zunicorn kind of just playing a little bit of chicken here, trying to get Kael'thas to get a little bit far forward. He's not going to completely bite it, but we do now see a limited rotation up into here by Tower Baron, helping to support the Kael'thas. Going to be able to grab the top tower. You got to stay on that the whole time, buddy. And it does back off. Zunicorn is going to take advantage of this and try to channel this tower into the favor of Tower Baron Squared. They are able to get it, and they could potentially get the dragon very early on here, and it is going to be Super Dave picking up the dragon very quickly. I was having a hard time keeping an eye on it. I don't know if any of the camps did get picked up. It does look like one camp on the side of Tower Baron was able to get picked up. ETC does get taken out in the midst of this, though. Trying to rotate a little far forward. So good job by Don't Ban Diablo on recognizing the overextension there by the ETC. Dragonite going to get some pretty significant value here. Diablo in a world of trouble here. Does need to get behind this wall. Does look like he is going to continue engaging. Shoulder tossing the ranged minion camp there. And we are going to see the Dragonite back off once again. Only a few seconds left on this before it expires. Going to be able to get maybe one hit in. Not even a hit in on that tower. Should be able to finish off this tower though with the Greymane, but if he stays too far forward, that could be trouble for them. We do see the Hanzo flying back. Lots of damage going out, but no deaths for either side during this engagement. Even with one kill though, Please Ban Diablo is a little bit behind in the XP game, is that Dragon was able to swing things in favor of Tower Baron. Tower Baron looks like they're looking to potentially get a gank somewhere, but they are going to back off a little bit from this mid lane and go take the Knight camp on their side of the map. But they do get engaged on here, and Rhaegar's in a world of trouble. Is going to get killed by the Hanzo. What a big shot there from our Hanzo player. So 2 kills in favor of Please Ban Diablo already to start things off. Knight camp does get picked up, and that lane is pretty pushed out by this Malthael. Pretty commanding win of the solo lane for our Malthael player. Malthael, though, walking into 4 members really of Please Ban Diablo, but is able to walk away from this. Does take a bit of fire damage from the Kael'thas in the midst of everything, but we'll have to see. Is he going to recognize that the rotation is coming? They should be able to get this kill on the Malthael and really push back this this push in the top lane, but Malthael is able to escape, uses his abilities in the correct way to escape that. Hanzo is a little bit of danger here in the bottom lane, but is wanting to just clear this wave here. Probably knows that they're getting that Knight camp on the bottom. But we do have 4 members of Tower Baron Squared pushing this bottom lane with this camp. We do see the Diablo toss over to ETC. The cleanse does come out to enable the ETC to walk out cleanly. And now we have Kael'thas in a world of danger. If they can get a stun here, that should be a kill. We do have the Brightwing zooming in here. Does get the shield on it at 7, so they're with going cleanse on the Brightwing, but they do get Stukov in the midst of this. So, does look like we are going to see another Dragon Knight for Tower Baron Squared. Greymane going to be hopping into the vehicle once again. We're going to see Please Don't Ban Diablo picking up that siege camp. They started it right before that Dragon Knight was picked up, so they are able to channel that and clear it out. And unfortunately, that camp isn't going to do a whole lot. It's going to be stuck here, shooting at the members of Tower Baron Squared.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
And in the midst of all this, because of that Dragon Knight and the amount of pressure that they had in multiple lanes, Tower Baron is up 11 to 9 in levels currently. Heroics are going to be coming online right now for Please Don't Ban Diablo. Taking a quick look at Heroics, nothing too out of the ordinary, I would say, from what I can see right now. We'll talk about those in a little bit because there is a fight breaking out in this bottom lane. They are going to be able to push this camp. Hanto Arrow does go out and hits on no one. Still going across the Nexus. We do see a big cleanse on the EC again. We do see that Ancestral. We do see Pyroblast. Not going to be enough to kill the ETC. That Ancestral did have to get used to counter that Pyroblast because of the amount of damage that was coming out onto Sound there. We do see them trying to invade, and we are going to see ETC drop here. They should be able to pick up this camp without any problem here. But look at the amount of damage that Junkrat is able to put out onto Please Don't Ban Diablo. A really great heroic from this Stukov, but his last rites are being read to him. But they do kill the Malthael in the midst of that, so that cancels out that last rite. So a 1 or a 2 for nothing in favor of Please Don't Ban Diablo. And they are looking pretty good right now. I mean, you look at the structure advantage is definitely in the favor of Tower Baron Squared. The levels are in favor of Tower Baron Squared, but the kills are there for our red team in Please Don't Ban Diablo. And they're starting to stabilize, and I think that's the goal with a team that's drafted like this, that is drafted around that Diablo solo front line, is that Diablo struggles pre-10 from being able to do a whole lot and survive. And we're going to see a 5v2 in this bottom lane. I think that they recognize this. Stukov is able to use the silence. It actually helps them escape quite a bit, and Diablo and Stukov are able to escape relatively unscathed. They do lose that fort, so it's a little bit more XP in favor of Tower Baron.
Activate the shrines. Take the Dragon Knight's power.
Another Dragon Shrine phase. We do see the Brightwing trying to capitalize on the lack of rotation there to begin the phase off, but Malthael is able to bully him off, and we do see the Diablo does get killed in the bottom lane. Souls are there. Stukov is going to get taken out. We do see the Ancestral onto the Greymane. I think that was intended for the ETC, but in the end, that still works out in the favor of Tower Baron, as we do see Brightwing going to be able to channel that top shrine, but it's not going to be enough. Diablo doing some great body blocking on the Malthael here. Here comes Hanzo over to try to help secure the skill. A cleanse onto the Malthael. The self-cleanse there is able to help him escape. He's going to be able to hearth back home and be okay. We did see Tower Baron Squared pick up the siege camp on the side of Please Don't Ban Diablo. And now we see Kael'thas trying to disrupt that, and he is able to eliminate it. Almost was going to go for a kill there though on the Kael'thas, but was able to get saved there by the Stukov. So interesting enough, we do have a little bit of an interesting build for the Stukov here, going for a much more Wade Pustule build than the healing build. Hanzo does get taken out here. Don't know precisely where that was. I think it was near the bottom lane though. But we do have Diablo rotating down pretty aggressively. I think this is a little too aggressive against the majority of Tower Baron. As we do see the rotation does come up. If they can get the power slide onto Diablo here, does interrupt the channeling of the dragon. The ETC does catch the mosh pit onto the Brightwing, and that is a heroic as well worth. That guarantees you the Dragon Knight here. That guarantees you that follow-up kill onto the Diablo. And Stukov is going to pay with his life as well. And now this game is swinging wildly in control of Tower Baron Squared. They pick up the Dragonite and they're going to this bottom lane, going to start knocking on the door of this keep wall. This is at the very least this keep wall. There's still 3 members of Please Don't Ban Diablo coming online. They're going to be up to defend against this. 50% still onto the Dragonite. And 30 seconds still left. Are they going to back off and try to just get more free XP? It looks like that is exactly what they are going to do. Probably head to mid lane, get the towers and the wall here. Or they might just sit on it. It looks like they are just going to sit on it. Just stay tight. Take advantage of this lead. Don't overextend too much. And they're looking good right now. They're totally in command of this game right now. They do catch Diablo once again out of position. A great lift up by the Kael'thas, but there's just no follow up there to help facilitate any kills. And now Tower Baron Square is just going to take complete control over this map. We're going to take the Night Camp on the side of Please Don't Ban Diablo, as well as Siege Camp, and then probably rotate to their Siege and their Night Camp. We do see the Rhaegar with, unsurprisingly, a very healing focused build, picking up the healing tome at 7 to cleanse with the Ancestral and the Earth Shield. But level 16s are now online. The arrow does go out, but the timing is just a little bit off for the APOC to connect. To be a really, really nice combo. I like what they were going for there. They need to somehow get that to work. And we do see a bunch of heroics come out. But no kills to follow things up. Oh, the Pyroblast does go on to Junkrat. Should be okay, I believe. It's just, oh man, just a sliver of health. 177 health left on the Dirty Rat.
Free the Dragon Knight and slaughter your enemies.
And this is where Please Ban Diablo needs to start kind of bringing it back a bit. They're down 2 levels. They're down in structures. They haven't even gotten a single fort yet. They need to try to grab this Dragon Knight if they can. They're going to pick up the neutral Bruiser camp in the bottom lane. This gives them a little bit of pressure to work with, but they do have to clear up the Siege camp as well. Diablo going in deep, gets the cleanse to be put onto the Greymane, and he gets pushed behind the wall, and he's going to get killed for his efforts, and does not have enough souls to start coming back. So it's going to be a full Death Timer triggered for Diablo. That is, Please Don't Ban Diablo without a tank right now. And that makes any sort of defense and engagement very, very difficult. Although they are getting EC a little bit low, aren't able to really try and secure that kill. Malthael is going to flank behind them, go onto the Stukov. The cleanse, self-cleanse does come off the shove. Does come, but that is going to be a dead Stukov. He's being read his last rites. He is done. And now we are going to see Tower Baron Squared pushing this bottom lane. This should be a pretty easy keep for them, but I think they are going to opt to grab the Dragonet here. That is a free objective for them. Diablo is up though, so I can understand not wanting to engage into this Diablo right now, especially when you can get a relatively easy dragon, or at least seems to be a relatively easy dragon. Take a look at stats real quick. We do have the Junkrat just leading the charge with siege and hero damage. on the side of Tower Baron. Dragon Knight gets picked up super easy here. Kael'thas on the side of Please Don't Ban Diablo, leading the way on both siege and hero damage as well. And they are going to take this dragon to the bottom lane, which is where they have that keep damaged already. And they should be able to secure this relatively easy. This is a 16-minute Dragon Knight. And Junkrat can continue to just harass and put damage on. That clears out the minions so fast here. That is going to be the first keep of game down in favor of in favor of Tower Baron Squared against Please Don't Ban Diablo. They are without this bottom keep. That means we are going to start seeing these catapult minions push in this bottom lane and providing a threat throughout the rest of our match. Storm Talents do come online for Tower Baron Squared. I do like we are seeing Storm Shield come out from Rhaegar. That's actually one of my favorite talents. I love using that, and I think it's a really underrated talent that a lot of people do overlook. We do see the upgraded Mosh Pit is going to be a tour bus. So even if the Mosh Pit is a little bit out of position initially, we are going to see that ETC being able to move it. We do see the Hunter's Blunderbuss for our Greymane player, along with No One Can Stop Death and Cannonball for the Junkrat. And they are just completely painting the map blue, and there's no reason that they can't do that because they have so much control right now, and they are looking so very strong right now. It should be a very easy win from them going forward. Yeah, I'm going to be able to pick up this top fort that's kind of been sitting there for a while. Taking the free XP when they can and continuing to just pressure every lane that they are able to. Brightwing is having to have a duty of trying to push back this bottom lane. Is able to use that trait to get out, though. Did see the rotation coming, so good map awareness there by Please Don't Ban Diablo.
The shrines awaken.
And then you pick up
who will control the Dragon Knight?
The neutral brother camp. They're continuing to just add pressure to the map continually, and it's this war of attrition that is going to be very hard for Please Don't Ban Diablo to win. As we do see Storm Talents picked up by Please Don't Ban Diablo, this is where they could potentially start to turn things around. We do see the upgrade Emerald Wind for our Brightwing. The upgrade Lurking Arm, or not Lurking Arm, Flailing Swipe for our Stukov player. And Hanzo hanging on to that Storm Talent. It's not going to be play of the game. It's going to be Bullseye picked up by our Hanzo. And now, Please Ban Diablo, they have to be aware of the fact that this dragon can be picked up very, very quickly by Tower Baron Squared. And how they decide to address this is going to be key to them extending this game and giving them a chance at winning this. The Power Blast does land onto the Junkrat, is able to use that health fountain to restore that damage. That was done. They are able to grab the bottom shrine. Top shrine is held by Tower Baron Squared. We do see Brightwing continuing to split push here, split soak, try to get them to some sort of parity with Tower Baron Squared. But now Tower Baron Squared, they're going to claim both the shrines and rotate the Greymane there. They don't have anyone there to to contest this. Hanzo does get killed in the midst of this. They are able to use the Brightwing to interrupt the channel there of the dragon and get that top shrine in their favor, but does have to hurt back. Knows that the cavalry is coming. Greymane and Malthael not going to be there in time, but they are going to be able to grab this shrine, and that should be dragon and threatening game at the very least for Tower Baron. Tower Baron once again in the lead for Bush League right now at 2-0. Here comes the Diablo. The stun comes into the EC, but a great cleanse and Ancestral to keep him up. Diablo in a little bit of trouble. The heroic talent there, Storm talent, able to do some work. We do see a 2-for-1 trade, or 1-for-1 trade in the midst of, but that was a huge mosh that enabled both the Diablo and Kael'thas to get killed there. 2-for-2 trade overall. Oh, we see the arrow come out. It isn't going to connect on anybody, and Brightwing does get killed. So overall, a 3-for-2 in favor of Tower Baron squared. They're going to claim this bottom trend. They're going to claim this dragon for themselves and put the pressure on to please don't ban Diablo.
This bomb's for you.
We do see Diablo in quite a bit of trouble. I don't believe he has souls available to respawn here, if that is the case. So is going to hurt back, get that health back up. But we do have this Dragon Knight.
The red team's
They
core
are
is
going
down.
to actually go for the mid keep, and I do not blame them here. All members of Please Don't Ban Diablo are just about to be up here,
Blue team has destroyed a
and they get a free keep out of it. So that's value from this Dragon Knight, and I don't believe Please Don't Ban Diablo has gotten a single Dragon Knight. Oh, Hanzo gets the boot to the face. That's going to be the end of his life. 60 seconds till he is back up, and now this is going to prompt Tower Baron squared to pressure this Nexus core, and that should be it for game number 1. A very strong performance here by Tower Baron squared, puts them at 3-0 and firmly atop the Bush League. So great job by them. We will take a look at some of these stats real quickly here. We did see oh, Bacon, you're funny. let's get underway. Goodbye, music. We are going to have Team 4 on the left side against FTBRG. FTBRG with the map pick. They are going to pick Battlefield of Eternity for a second match of Bush League tonight. Thank you everyone for joining me. I am DJ Tyrant, casting for Nexus Commentaries. If you've never heard of this before, we are a casting group led by Zexorus. Zexorus is one of the players on FTBRG. And I apologize if we make a lot of Chen jokes, because Chen is his favorite hero, and we're all going to make fun of him for playing it. So that is just unfortunately how it's going to be. Again, thanks to Trolls.gg for letting me cast this fun little mini tournament league. And we are going to see Maiev hovered here. Maiev definitely a strong hero added recently to the Nexus. So I would not be surprised by this ban whatsoever. Especially on a smaller battleground like Battlefield of Eternity. Maiev getting quite a bit more value out of just being able to be closer to her enemies, be able to rotate much easier. So I can't blame them for that. They did not ban the Chen though. So not wanting to give that to the Zexorus on FTBRG. Or I mean, not being worried about that at this point. Team 4, they are in 4th place right now. 0-2, looking for that first win of Bush League. FTBRG at 1-1, looking to solidify their space in second. We did just see Please Don't Ban Diablo drop 2 Tower Barons squared. We see the instant lock-in of Phoenix by Team 4. I think they have a plan up their sleeves of what they want to do, as we do see Zexorus not showing much care for that Phoenix pick. He's not too worried about it. And I almost wonder, I'm actually being serious here, does Chen bully Phoenix? I don't know. I haven't seen the matchup. I'm actually curious if that is something that can be done. As we do get down to the final moments of these first 2 picks for FTBRG. They got to pick up something to counter this Phoenix, though. It is going to be the ETC. First picked up, followed by the Stukov. So, second game in a row we see a Stukov. Very strong hero in the meta right now. Provides a lot of control over the map and a lot of good healing as well. And you can control if that's a big heal or not. And obviously the Pool of Silence is just can be absolutely nasty to teams. These next 2 picks going to be very important for Team 4. I wouldn't be surprised if they do pick up their tank here. They're going to lock in like Greymane. They're going to lock in Lucio as well. So this will allow them to get the objective even faster and provide some solid AoE healing. Greymane is just one of those heroes you definitely want on Battlefield of Eternity, able to give that burst damage onto the Immortals. Bans now coming in for both teams, these second bans. And if you haven't heard, Blizzard did announce we'll be getting 3rd bans soon TM, which I'm excited about. I'm a little bummed that they're in the second phase of the bans and not the first phase, but we're getting more bans. Garrosh does get picked off here. If you've been watching any HGC lately, Garrosh has seen quite a bit of a resurgence. Just is able to disrupt positioning of enemy teams and provide that that AoE taunt, which is really, really impactful in team fights. We are seeing this second ban come out. It looks like they're hovering the Tychus, which to me would indicate that they're picking up 2 warriors here at the end of their draft. But they do switch from the Tychus to that Alarak. Alarak does get banned out. I can definitely understand the reasoning behind that. Alarak really is able to disposition Phoenix or any of your heroes really, but Phoenix, it's gonna be a mind game if you play up against that Alarak in wanting to use your escape between being able to use it and not be punished by the Alarak moving you back into their loving arms, silencing you, and then your toast. 2 pickups here for FDBRG. They need to get some damage on board. I expect some sort of range damage here. Maybe a Sonya as well to complement the HC frontline. Also give some significant damage. But it's going to be Cassia leading. Cassia, this is definitely one of the battlegrounds we do see Cassia on relatively regularly in pretty much all levels of play. From what I've seen, she's able to provide that blind and be a bit of a counter to this gray main lineup that they are going with so far. She also can provide quite a bit of damage as well. And we'll have to see, based on the lineup that Team 4 is currently showing, I would expect this to be a Valkyrie heroic picked up by Cassia. It's going to be hard to get that to bounce off the heroes currently in the lineup, but as the draft continues on, we may see this change. I'm wondering if we are going to see those 2 warriors picked up by Team 4. It is going to be a Sonya followed up by a Diablo. So 2 warriors. Sonya also able to help you really burst down this objective. But we do have FTBRG now on their last pick of this draft. Could we see a Johanna or a Dehaka maybe? Dehaka would definitely be something that Xerxes does like to play. Leviathan with a clinking champagne glasses emoji in chat. What is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, it is going to be the Chen from Xerxes. Oh, we make fun of him all the time for being such a Chen fan, but we're going to be able to see this here. I do think that should be an interesting matchup for the Phoenix. And I'm wondering if that is a good matchup for Chen or not. This is going to be interesting. We're going to learn a few things about some heroes. And probably learn why Chen is still a bad pick. And nothing is wrong according to Blizzard. Oh, but we are loading up into Battlefield Eternity. Once again, if you're just now joining us, this is Nexus Commentaries. We are a casting group led by good friend Zextrus, who is playing currently in Bush League, put on by Trolls.gg. Thank you guys for putting this together and having me on to cast some of these games. We did see our first game of the night was Please Don't Ban Diablo, dropping to Tower Baron Squared, solidifying Tower Baron's placement in the league so far at 3-0. That's a very strong first place for them. Team 4 looking for their first win of the season at 0-2, and FTBRG looking to move themselves up into second all by themselves at 1-1. We do have FTBRG on the right side. We have Rosai playing the Cassia, Shin on the Li Ming, Leviathan playing the Stukov, Zextrus on the Chen with the Biceps, and True Mr. Fu on the ETC on the side of Team 4. In the blue, we have Lord Boo playing that Sonya, Schizophrenic on the Phoenix, Ender Wigan on the Diablo Dorshi 1 on Lucio, and Daz rocking that Police Greymane skin. So we're going to see 4-1 from both of these teams to start things off. That means the solo laner of each team is going to have to be really careful here. Zextrus is going to be the solo laner in the bottom on the Chen, and Lord Boo on the Sonya in the top. Lord Boo checking that bush. I'm a little surprised. We are going to see the collapse onto the Sonya here. And Sonya is in a world of hurt. Is able to walk away even after being so slowed there. And Chen is just going to get bullied off of this bottom lane here. They are going to have to rotate 3 down. We do see Zextrus getting the help that he is going to need to be able to continue with this lane. They do pick up the Lucio kill. That's a big kill. Chen does jump in here, starting to bully that Phoenix. Does have to use that blink away. Taking a quick look-see at talents though. Do have some fun talents here. We do have that Thunderstroke from the Cassia. And Zex picking up Accumulating Flame. And now we've evened things up pretty closely as far as the XP is concerned. Diablo taking quite a bit of damage. Zextrus getting really aggressive here. Gets really low. Is going to get taken out by the Phoenix. Schizophrenic probably really happy with that kill there onto Zextrus. They were chirping at each other a little bit in the draft there. So that's going to be a point of contention for this entire match on Battlefield of Eternity. Looks like we do have a little bit of a fight breaking out. We did see Leviathan picking up that extended lurking arm, giving it 50% over 2.5 seconds growth. So it gives you a lot more area on the ground to silence and just cause all sorts of problems for the rest of the team. Because see, they can't even engage into this right now, as Li Ming is just going to continue throwing spells, trying to get some sort of damage to stick there. But even just as a zoning tool, does work pretty well. We do have Sonya and EDC duking it out in the solo lane. Pretty even for both our players so far. Both teams picking up their camps very quickly here. Timing is of the importance here, as we do see Phoenix starting up the damage onto this Immortal, and they're already winning this race. We are going to have to see FTBRG start to engage on this and start the defense. Phoenix getting focused on by the Chen, but is going to have to back off, and it does look like they are going to be able to trigger halftime pretty easy here. The big stun there though onto Phoenix, interrupting the escape. So great job by FTBRG to just completely collapse on the Phoenix And now they might actually be able to rein this back in. Looks like they are ignoring the objective a little bit here. Continuing to zone out. Just allowing that pressure in the top lane to continue to build. And Sonya is having to stay up there to contest against it. Now she does join the rest of Team 4. And they are able to push it to halftime. We do see FTBRG going on the defense here. Great job of zoning. That lurking arm is so annoying. You just absolutely cannot walk through that. Greymane does try to walk around, but is pushed back, and they're able to continue pushing the defense here on their Immortal. They have Li Ming continuing to chunk away as best as she can at the enemy Immortal. So they are slowly but surely starting to catch up, but this is going to be a 5-on-4 pretty quickly for them, and they're going to need to be careful about how they try to disengage from this. And they are able to successfully, I think, disengage and continue to let Li Ming pressure. Cassia is able to clean up the Sonya here. They are able to get the Lucio as well. They do not win the Immortal, but they do get 2 kills out of it. And they're looking for more. They continue the pressure on Xerxes in a little bit of trouble. Is able to drink, get that shield, and get right back into the fight. So Sevens now online for both of our teams. It's Immortal, about about quarter of a shield. Is going to, at the very least, get this gate and tower, the 2 towers. Great movie, by the way. We are going to see both teams just continuing to soak Soul Lane, moving to the bottom while we have this engagement break out. And Zextra all left out in no man's land, is going to get taken out. Goodbye, Zextra, getting a little too aggressive there. We do see, though, that Schizophrenic does take the 2 warp talents. It's 4 and 7, wanting to play as safe as possible. Maybe that'll help them against that kind of Chen lockdown that I think that did secure the kill early on in the game onto that Phoenix. They're going to pick up this camp in the meantime. FTBRG going to rotate up just a little too late. Not going to be able to contest against that. Team 4 looking good right now. They are in the lead XP wise, and they're looking to continue pressuring both lanes as they have them both pushed out. Pressure just continues to build in this top lane, and FTBRG just continues to have to respond to it. They've already lost that fort because of the Immortal phase. They are posturing around this Bruiser camp. This should be the next phase starting shortly, within the next 30 seconds. And we are going to see them actually call for an invade here. This could be detrimental, though. Heroics are now available for Team 4. And I worry about them engaging here, because this could be a huge wipe in favor. Oh, Chen does get stunned by the Apocalypse. They do back off with all of their lives. So, all in all, not too bad of a series of events for FTBRG. Leviathan taking quite a bit of damage, is able to back off a choice sound barrier there. They do go on to Zexers here. He is taking quite a bit of damage, is able to drink out of that. Oh, but we do see the homing missiles from Phoenix. They will put quite a bit of damage onto FTBRG, but they're able to tap the wells and get ready for phase 2 of our Immortal phase. We do see go for the throat and Wrath of the Berserker on the side of Team 4. Here comes that Valkyrie. And it doesn't it got stunned out somehow, and Phoenix is able to walk away from this. I kind of want to go back and watch that again because that interaction was really interesting. We do see the lurking arm, or the arm of anime value. Zexus is going to use the Earth, Wind, and Water. Is able to back out. That's another. That's 100% shield immortal going in favor of Team 4. So this is going to be a pretty tough defense for FTBRG. Storm, Earth, Fire. I always forget what the name of that heroic is.
I will bring down the gates of hell.
Massive shove picked up by the Stukov. We did see it used on the Diablo during that engagement. Do you see Wave of Force for Li Ming? Valkyrie we saw used as well by the Cassia and Mosh Pit for our ETC. They are going to lose this bottom fort, but they do get all of the shields chunked down off this Immortal. And really solid defense by FTBRG to respond to this Immortal phase. They are going to lose a tower. Oh, they are going to lose that tower, actually. They were able to protect against it. Graving Guilding Cocktail, just not enough reach on that to hit the tower to finish it off, so it is still alive. We're going to see 179 HP still on that, as we do see a couple of quest talents get finished up here by both sides. We see Lucian and ETC finishing up their talents, but you see the APOC go out. We see the homing missiles coming out from the Phoenix, putting out the damage. Leviathan is going to be the first to fall. Big mosh pit, though, connecting to 3. We are going to see the Diablo does get taken out in the midst of this, so only one off of that. The Sound Barrier does come out to help secure the escape. But yeah, the Purification Salvo started things off there. Put the damage on. They were able to secure the kill on Stukov, but weren't able to get much more off of that, and a really great mosh by True Mr. Fu really helped keep that from getting out of control, and they got a kill out of it. So really solid play by both our teams. FTBRG, they need to really start winning some of these Immortal phases. They've already lost 2, and the last one that they lost was 100% shield Immortal. They were able to defend really well against it, but I worry if they give up too many more of these, or at least ones that are huge with the shield value, it'll be a big detriment to them. They do pick up that bruiser. Both teams pick up bruiser camps. And we are going to see FTBRG take up a defensive position here. They're going to be looking for some picks. Sonya, a little bit low on health. That's not what you want to see going into a fight. That she doesn't have that full HP bar. They are able to zone out Team 4. So they are going to start engaging onto this Immortal, and they are starting to win this race, and I think they can at the very least race this to halftime, reset how things are, and see how things are going from there. ETC going to be sent to respond to the camp pressure in the bottom lane, but now they do have to move back into this. How are they going to engage on this? We do see Zexus going in. We do see the Valkyrie connect onto the Sonya. So much damage onto the Sonya, and the silence is able to keep her from being able to escape. They get Lucio as a follow-up as well. We do see Zexus finish off his quest to be the most annoying Chen player in the world, but they are going to be able to get this Immortal and about 50% of shields to start things off. So first Immortal of our game for FTBRG things are pretty darn even right now. They should be able to even up at least getting one fort to start things off to try to bring this game back in terms of structures for FTBRG. They just tear through this tower and this wall to start things off. ETC in the bottom lane, getting that valuable soak as Team 4 is fully focused on getting in on this. Li Ming does get focused on by the Sonya, takes quite a bit of damage. Greymane comes in to finish things off. Diablo gets sent to the other side of the world here. We do see him re-engage though. The continued pressure here by Team 4. So much damage coming out by the Phoenix, but not able to secure any additional kills. But it does enable them to focus completely onto the Immortal, and they should be able to clean that up without too much more damage being done to the rest of their infrastructure. So, huge kill. A great engagement by Lord Boo. Seeing that the opportunity was there, and Greymane obviously following up with a really strong attack to finish that assassination of Li Ming. Xerxes in a little bit of trouble, is taking quite a bit of damage, does get tossed over by the Diablo, is able to use that jump to that flying kick to escape. And we are going to see both teams reset here a bit. We do see Team 4 trying to get a setup here, but it looks like they not going to be getting what they want, as they are going to lose the siege camp on the top side of the map, as FTBRG was on the complete other side of the map, clearly. This is going to prop Team 4 to, in response, grab this siege camp, get it uncontested. And we are now going to see our next Immortal phase begin. This is the part of Battlefield of Eternity where these Immortal phases can really roll a team to victory if they're not carefully dealt with.
There is no escaping my justice.
So I'm curious to see if FTBRG is going to go for the defensive posture again. They do have ECC pushing back the double bruiser camps in the bottom lane. But he is going to join the rest of the team. They are going to pick up a very defensive posture to start things off. As we do see level 16s for both of our teams start things off, and FTBRG, they feel like they have to respond to this bottom lane pressure, and I can't blame them. That Shaman camp, that thing can just push forever if not dealt with. And this is going to get Team 4 to come down to this bottom here and start pressuring this Immortal, and they're going to get a lot of damage in here before. Oh, but we do see that Greymane does get hit by the Valkyrie, and no, we get 2 hit by the APOC. Mostly as an escape tool. They did use Sound Barrier as well. A lot of heroics used on the side of Team 4. FTBRG, I believe they have most of their heroics up, if not all of them, and they're just gonna do what they can to just poke away at this Immortal. And with the Li Ming, they can kind of get away with that. We do see some great zoning and positioning by True Mr. Fu. You do see this front line just getting a lot of work done on FTBRG. Sonya going to get stunned out here, and that should be getting completely dropped down. We do see the Phoenix, though, gets focused on, is able to back away from this fight, and I don't know, though. I don't think Zex is going to let him get away for free. Is going to get killed, and we do see now the Cassia starting to put work into this Immortal.
Be warned, allies. I move to new ground.
And that triggers halftime here. 2 down for Team 4. It's going to be very hard for them to defend against this Immortal from FTBRG. Picking up this Immortal, and also when this Immortal does get put into play, there's going to be a little bit of a delay in them being able to defend it. They do. I love this from Team 4. They did pick up the siege camp in the midst of all this. They realized the predicament they were in. They got what they could out of it. They set Greymane up top to finish that off, get that done, get that pressure in the top lane. This is going to prompt ETC to take care of that. And Sonya is thinking about engaging on this. I would like to see the Sonya be aggressive here. And the position is very aggressive for the Sonya, but not going to choose to engage quite yet. The Valkyrie does go on to Greymane. Greymane does get stunned out. The stuns are real. The big shield from our sound barrier of Lucio is able to get Daz out of dodge there. So great job by Dorsey 1. Cassia finishing up that lightning quest. And we do see this Immortal continue the pressure to this bottom lane, starting to even things up for FTBRG, and now they are pressuring this keep. This is potentially keep here, especially with the Li Ming able to provide that range damage, and Zexer is just doing what he can to just be a pest and really disrupt the front line of Team 4. And now this Immortal is going to go on to core, get a little bit of damage in there. It won't be able to get any sort of permanent damage on there. It might get the shield down, but that will be about it. We still have ECC and Sonya duking it out here. Sonya doing a great job of clearing things up and pushing out this lane so far. And we do see FTBRG going to take the invade on this bruiser camp, and they will be able to get it uncontested. So great job by them, recognizing that that was available and recognizing that they had a really good opportunity to get that essentially for free. And this ETC Sonya matchup just continues to just go back and forth. But Sonya has to realize that there's got to be a rotation coming. Heroics are, or Storm Talents are available now for FTBRG. They're going to commit hard into this kill. They are going to use the Valkyrie and the Arm as well. Arm has a really short cooldown, the Massive Shove. So I don't blame them for that. And this prompts them to go for this keep. And this should be a pretty much free keep for FTBRG to start things off. The Apocalypse does land onto ETC. They focus their damage onto the ETC to start things. And we do see the Storm Shield does come out from the ETC. That's one of those Storm Talents you don't see picked too often, but I do like it in this situation. The Sukov doesn't have the Storm Shield at level 20 for you to be able to use, and it provides you that big burst of shielding to be able to survive some of these burst moments, like that that Purification Salvo from the Phoenix. But this is going to give them an early lead onto this Immortal phase. Storm Talents do come online for Team 4. We're going to see some pretty standard talents from both of our squads here. Lord Terra is going to be picked up by the Diablo. Stealing health is always good. We'll have to see if that works out for our Diablo player in the end. But they're already down half HP. Halftime was reached by our red team, FTBRG. And this is turning into quite the long game. Oh my goodness, this top lane is just going to get taken out by this camp that was picked up. We do see a race on the Immortals starting now. And we do see this keep continuing to stay alive. But the Immortal race should be won by FTBRG. They are going to win it by about 7,000 XP. And now this siege camp
Team's core is under attack.
is a little bit dangerous. We are going to see Team 4 does respond to this. Clean this up. And now they're down both of their keeps. And this is a very dangerous Immortal. Even with the limited shielding that it has, this is a scary Immortal that FTBRG is walking into the core area. They do need to have some sort of engagement outside of their base, and that is what they are trying to get done here. Sonya is just hanging out in the back looking for someone to pick off. And oh, she is going to be able to potentially pick off the Li Ming. Li Ming is still alive, does get killed off the Cassie as well, but that core damage, is too much. It is going to be FTBRG doing a great job distracting Team 4 at the end of the match there and earning themselves a victory, putting them at 2-1, second place in the Bush League after 3 weeks. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is DJ Tyrant. I'm part of Nexus Commentaries. You've been watching Bush League, put on by Trolls GG. Check out trolls.gg/bush-league for all info on that. And we are going to, I believe, end it there. We'll take a quick look at some of these closing stats. We did see Zexus and Schizophrenic get a little bit chippy at each other, and both of them leading their respective teams in hero damage. And both of them with 2 deaths. So interesting how that played out. But thank you, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Make sure to follow the channel if you're interested in all sorts of Heroes content. We're a casting team put together by Zexus, who you just saw playing Chen on